ready for our Bible story? Me too. Let's see. Jacob's dream. Genesis 27 through 29. Rebekah heard that Esau planned to kill Jacob as soon as their father died. She sent for Jacob at once. "You must go far away," she told him. "It is not safe here. Let me send you to my brother Laban, who lives in Haran. Perhaps Esau will forget his anger. Then you can come back to me. For why should I lose both you and your father?" Rebekah did not tell Isaac that she was afraid Esau would kill Jacob. Instead, she told her blind husband, "I'm very unhappy because our son Esau has married Canaanite wives. If Jacob did that, I would not want to go on living." Isaac called Jacob and said, "Do not marry a woman of Canaan, but go back to Paddan Aram and find a wife among your mother's people. God's blessing shall be upon you, and he will give you the blessing of your grandfather Abraham." Jacob said goodbye to his mother and his blind old father before starting on his long journey. He traveled alone. How afraid he was of Esau. Jacob wondered if he would ever return to his home and feel safe. What good was the birthright now? He could not wait until Isaac died to get the double share of his father's wealth, for then Esau would kill him. Poor, discouraged Jacob. How unhappy he must have felt as he climbed the rocky slopes of Canaan. Perhaps Jacob was afraid that Esau was already looking for him. Perhaps he was sorry he had tricked his old father. Now he might never see his father again. Perhaps he was even sorry that he had bought Esau's birthright. Whatever his thoughts were as he traveled, God knew all about Jacob. When the sun went down, Jacob felt even lonelier. He was very tired. And so he chose a stone for his pillow, wrapped his cloak around him, and lay down on the ground to sleep. He dreamed of a wonderful ladder that reached to heaven. Beautiful angels were going up and down the ladder. God was standing at the top. Jacob dreamed that God spoke to him and said, "I am the God of your grandfather Abraham and the God of your father Isaac. The land upon which you are lying I will give to you and your descendants shall be as many as the dust of the earth. Through your family I will bless all people. I will be with you and protect you wherever you go. I will bring you back to this land. I will never leave you till I have fulfilled this promise." Jacob awoke from his dream and looked about. Although he saw no one, he felt sure that God was there. In the morning, he set up a stone that he had used for his pillow, poured oil upon it, and consecrated it to God. He called the place Bethel, which means the house of God. Then he promised to give back to God a tenth of everything God would give him if God would go with him and bless him. After this wonderful dream, Jacob's heart must have felt lighter. He hurried on his way. Every day he drew nearer the end of his long, tiresome journey through the desert. One evening, he saw men in a field near a well. Around them were 3 flocks of sheep waiting to be watered. He came near and asked the men, "Where are you from?" They replied, "We are from Haran." At last, Jacob was near his uncle Laban's house. "Do you know a man named Laban?" he asked eagerly. "Yes, we know him," they said. "Here comes his daughter Rachel with his sheep." Jacob saw a beautiful young shepherdess coming to the well, and he hurried to meet her. He rolled the stone away from the well and watered her sheep. Then he said, "I'm one of your relatives, the son of your father's sister Rebekah." Jacob was so glad to see a relative after such a long, lonely journey that he kissed Rachel, and the tears rolled down his cheeks. Rachel hurried home to tell her father that Rebekah's son had come from Canaan and was at the well with the sheep. Wow, these stories are getting better and better. Can't wait for the next one.